So this is very important. My mother and father and the estates of my parents are documented in the royal protocol of my identity. So, in reference to people saying stupid shit like, oh, they said his parents didn't have a will or documents. It's in the royal protocol in the media 24 fucking hours a day. It's been there since the day I was born. That is the documents of the estates of my parents. And that I am the only inheritor and only recipient of everything of my mother and father's estates. And that's what it fucking says, too. Another thing of importance. I got kidnapped from my mother and father's mansions. I am the owner of my mother and father's mansions under my birth name. I'm the owner of everything. And then these government people couldn't even get it right what my birth name is? When my mother and father even had documents at the Supreme Court. Even when I was a little boy and I was injured, my father carried me into the Supreme Court when I was all bandaged up from being injured. We need to see that video on YouTube or on the internet somewhere where the public can see that. Many other things of importance in reference to my identity too. And in reference to my mother and father's estates. My parents gave me everything when they were alive. I've been the owner of the estates of my parents for a very long time, and I'm the owner forever, whether anybody likes it or not. And people can get arrested for contesting anything of my ownership. Another thing of importance. I'm supposed to be living at my mother and father's mansions. I'm the only one that has legal right to live at my mother and father's mansions. These government people holding me hostage, trying to force somebody to sell their property or whatever. No. My parents got murdered. Anybody trying to muscle me is a suspect in the murder of my parents. Anybody assaulting me or trying to hurt me or damaging anything on my anatomy, those people are suspects in the murder of my parents. And that's what it says in the courts of law, too. Never signed, never gave, never sold, not ever going to, not never, no matter what, never. So in reference to the facts, anybody trying to muscle me, anybody trying to estrange me from my mother and father's estates, those people must get prosecuted. I got kidnapped from my mother and father's estates. And these people need to get prosecuted for their games and their tricks and their forgeries and their lies. So if you didn't think my mother and father had wills documented of my ownership, it's in the fucking royal protocol 24 fucking hours a day. And there is hard copies of it. And it needs to be publicized in the media. Maybe Dateline could do a story on it, or CNN, or 2020, or 60 Minutes, or the news programs. It is obligatory that people do stories about it. And the fact that I'm the owner of my mother and father's estates forever. I'm supposed to be living the lifestyle of my mother and father. The lifestyle I was born into. My birth name, my family history. And these government people are trying to steal everything. And I'm the owner of the character names of which I have performed as, in reference to the studios and companies of my mother and father. And production acknowledgments of, singing or dancing or performing in movies or TV shows. You know what I'm talking about. In reference to copyrights and contract finances and information of things, So, in reference to these people kidnapping me from my mother and father's estates and this government pervert piece of shit saying, oh, he disagrees with you living the lifestyle of your mother and father's estates. That means you're contesting it. You have to get arrested. I'm not your race or religion. And in reference to you, that satellite man, somebody knows who that man is. Trying to say that he disagreed with me being the owner of my mother and father's estates when my parents gave me everything when they were alive. And he's one of the suspects that had held me hostage, possibly in Arkansas. Or he was involved in kidnapping me and holding me hostage in Indiana. When my mother had court cases, even Camp David has records probably of this situation. So in reference to these government people blocking me from my rights and the lifestyle that my parents gave to me, These people are trying to steal everything because their parents weren't wealthy. And these people, every time they make an accusation, those people need to go into court and get prosecuted and sued. All these people slandering my character, all these people that have been burning my teeth, all these people that have damaged my face and tried to steal my genetics, they tried to steal sperm, they tried to steal my penis, they damaged my tailbone with their satellite, they damaged my leg, they damaged my ankle. These people have never, ever going to have, they're never going to have a right. Everything is more lawsuits every single day. And there's more lawsuits against the labor violations of the satellite controllers. There's more violations and lawsuits against the government not paying me the previous violations of these satellite controllers and these government people stalking me and trying to rape me and trying to steal my face and these people damaging my nose and teeth. Then they make up shit like, oh, they thought you said something. Need time and date or whatever you're trying to say. You can't get put on trial for trying to murder me for fabricating falsifications because of your physical assault and your financial theft of your people stealing financial documents that I was supposed to have received in reference to accounts and money and property and credit cards and monies that my friends that are celebrities or people that have known me that have tried to send me money and you stole it. That's financial fraud, government man. And you claimed that you thought this was a normal situation. You were stealing monies out of the postal mail that people was trying to send to me. And you tried to call me a con artist. And you're the motherfuckers holding me hostage. And you're the goddamn people that kidnapped me from my mother and father's estates. And you're claiming you don't know who I am. When you're the fucking people that trespassed on my mother and father's mansion property. And don't forget, they even kidnapped me from the studios before. They even kidnapped me from when I was walking to school before. In New York. So these people are trying to call me a con artist by stealing the money that my friends or my mother and father's companies tried to send to me. Or that people that are fans or people that have tried to send me money because they know that these people were holding me hostage. And these people were trying to steal my identity. And they're trying to call me a liar. They're trying to call me a thief. They're trying to call me a fake. And those are the motherfuckers that have been damaging my teeth and my face with their goddamn satellite. And they're the motherfuckers that have shot me. They're the motherfuckers that have been damaging my face and teeth. And these people that have sexually assaulted me. And they tried to murder me on jobs. And they have shot at me. And they don't know who the fuck I am? You better show up in court, you government motherfucker. We're gonna see if my mother had court cases against a branch of government that you fucking came from. You motherfuckers. You're violating the laws of Elliot Ness.